Greetings to you all and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain how to set your planning period. In the title bar up here, there is an icon, a calendar icon for setting your planning period. When you click it, a dialog form will pop up. And here you can see that there are some information. There is information that was saved into the system. Essentially, this is intended to help the user to set the planning period. Here, for example, if you're planning for the year, we found it useful for the user to set up the planning period such that whatever a user is planning is within that period or between that date range. If you are using a financial year, a calendar year, or any other period for planning, we found it important that a user of the system will set a period for which he is planning. Here, the system will assign a unique number for the planning period. Here, you will select from this combo box, you will set the department, and here another combo box will be filled automatically with positions or office titles from the above department. So we've given also an alternative for you to set a name, to give a name for your planning period. You can name it anything for you to remember. When you check here, you'll see there is period name Blessings and another period name Prosper. So when you look at it, you'll find that you select a date. We've put a date time picker here where you select the starting date of your planning period and the end date for your planning period. When you look at here, you'll see that the planning period set here is between 1st July 2017 and ends on 30th June 2018. That's the planning period. And when you click in any planning period, the fields are automatically filled with the information that you put in. And there is a checkbox here. When you select it, you are informing the system that this is the active planning period right now. So for our case here, we have Prosper, and when you select it, you see that the checkbox is checked to indicate that this is the active planning period. That is from 1st July 2018 to 30th June 2019. So when we check our table here where the data is loaded from the database, if it's the active planning period like this one, when you select it, the checkbox is checked. And here, in this column, to tell you that it's true. If you check where it's false, this checkbox is not selected at all. So this indicates that our planning period in the system is this one, the last one. Yeah, and you cannot set more than one planning period in the system. You set one and you use that. For example, if I select Blessings as my planning period and I try to make it the active one, if I try to save, the system will tell me that please, it seems there is already another active planning period saved in the system. First, deactivate it to be able to save a new one. Yeah, there's some small grammar error here, but you can understand it. So it will not save it will not put in another active planning period because there is already this planning period. So this will remain inactive. So if you want to change, you have to come here and deactivate this. You save. Planning period has been updated successfully, and then you can set another one, this bracing. If you want to use it, you set it here and you save. It will accept. So that is it. Yeah. Let me leave it as it was. Yeah. So you are free to do that, and it is really important. So when you do that, when we go to our panel this side, the planning period, let's try to dock it here. The planning period that you set here as an active planning period, this is Prosper. The planning period is this. From 1st July to 30th June, it will be the same that is indicated here. So whatever changes you do here, they will be reflected here. And also the tasks that shall be loaded on our schedule here will be based on this. If it doesn't happen after changing, so you can refresh it from here. You refresh, and still the data shall be reloaded that falls between this time period. Likewise, when we go to data entry, we find that setting our objectives, we've added those two columns here. If you watch the first tutorials that we made, we'll find that there were no columns to cater for the planning period, plan start date and plan end date. But we've added it, and we've added icons on this table, on these columns. But this column and this column have been added to let us know the planning period. Therefore, since we set our planning period, you will see that planning period also indicated up here. This one, this starting date, and the last planning date here. So all the objectives that you set shall be within that date range, and even when it's loading such objectives from the database, they will be between that date range. I think you can see it here, and you can see it here. This period is the same period that is indicated up here and here. So these columns have been added for that purpose. So you will know which year were these objectives set, which year were such an objective set. Yeah, I think it's clear. So the same way it applies to our planned activities. When you set your office title here, you look for the JD, and then objective here. See, also we've added these two columns, this one and this one, to cater for that. Yeah, and we've added also icons. Yeah, to make it clean. Therefore, you get to know the activities and in which planning period did they follow. So I think you can clearly see them from here. Yeah, that's what I wanted to explain, and it will help us a great deal when interacting with our activities and other aspects of this application, to know exactly the right planning period when tasks, objectives, and all other things were planned in the system. Thank you for watching. See you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.